This is Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you the latest news and sport from the Lyme Regis area. Two summits bringing together leading authorities were held last week to tackle antisocial behaviour and drug crime in Lyme Regis head-on. Chaired by West Dorset MP Chris Loader, the meetings brought together the Dorset Police and Crime Commissioner and local police officers, representatives from Lyme Regis and Dorset Councils, Magna Housing Association and local residents. The summits were called following increased concerns over antisocial behaviour and drug crime in Lyme Regis, in particular in the town's main residential estate and in Magna Housing owned properties. Some residents have said their lives have been made a living hell by continuous issues with neighbours, and they've had to consider leaving their homes. Police and Crime Commissioner David Sidwick has admitted policing in Lyme Regis could be improved, and patrols in the town have now been stepped up. He also said that Magna were failing in their commitment to the community, but Magna has said it is committed to tackling antisocial behaviour and takes every report seriously. MP Chris Loader said he did not believe that Dorset Police had sufficiently prioritised Lyme Regis and was putting pressure on the force to tackle drugs and antisocial behaviour. He welcomed recent news that an arrest was made in the Queen's Walk area following the seizure of drugs, weapons and suspected stolen property. However, the 28-year-old local man was only issued with a conditional caution. Decisions made at last week's summits have not yet been revealed, but Mr Loader said they were a good step forward and that antisocial behaviour should not have to be tolerated. Town and County Councillor Belinda Borden, who was instrumental in arranging the meetings, said it was good to allow residents to explain their experiences and frustrations to all organisations involved. A fireworks display organised by Lyme Regis Regatta and Carnival Committee went off with a bang last Saturday, with a huge crowd turning out to watch the annual event. Despite the threat of wet and windy weather, visitors flocked to the town for the display, although the traditional bonfire on the beach to mark Guy Fawkes Night did have to be called off due to high winds. The event raised £7,375 via collection, which will go towards future displays, with any remaining proceeds to be donated to local good causes. Fundraising for the Lyme Regis branch of Cancer Research UK has topped £200,000 since it formed in 2008. The milestone was reached on Saturday when the Rotary Club of Lyme Regis presented a cheque for £5,500 to the branch, 25% of the profit raised at Candles on the Cob held in the summer. The cheque was received by the Mayor of Lyme Regis, Councillor Michaela Ellis, who is a member of the Cancer Research UK committee, at a curry night overlooking the town's fireworks display. The curry night raised a further £500 for the branch, with a coffee morning the previous week adding £400 to its fundraising total. Also helping towards the £200,000 milestone was a donation of £773 from Lyme Regis resident Kelly Quick, who asked friends to make contributions to the charity instead of presents at her recent 40th birthday party. The donation was handed over to Cancer Research Committee members by Kelly's mother Una at their recent coffee morning. An open meeting on the future of GP services with a talk, questions and discussion led by Dr Forbes Watson will be held in Lyme Regis this month. Dr Watson is lead GP for Lyme Bay Medical Practice, a former chair of the Dorset Clinical Commissioning Group and now chair of the Dorset GP Alliance. He will be discussing changes and challenges faced by the NHS services, many of which have been felt by patients since the coronavirus pandemic. The talk will be held at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, November 22nd at Lyme Regis Football Club, followed by a brief annual general meeting of the Medical Practices Patient Participation Group, which all registered patients are welcome to join. Plagued by injuries as the season approaches the halfway mark, both Lyme Regis Football Club's two teams fielded a bare 11 players last weekend. The Seasiders' first team had an important Dorset Senior Cup match at Upwey and Broadway, who play in Dorset Division 1, bidding for a place in the quarter-finals. Without a number of key players and having a player sent off late in the game, Lyme held their Dorset opponents to a 1-1 draw after extra time, their goal coming from the in-form Brad Rowe to send the game into a penalty shootout. Keeper Chris Higgs saved the first Upwey spot kick, and Lyme scored all 5 penalties to send the Seasiders into the last 8 of a competition they have never won before. They now meet Sturminster Newton in the quarter-finals to be played on December 3rd. Tomorrow, the first team returns to Devon and Exeter Premier action with a trip to struggling Ottery St Mary, where a victory should see them regain second place in the table. Lyme reserves made the long journey to meet Chagford in Devon and Exeter Division 3 and, despite also having a bare 11, pulled off a 4-2 victory which has lifted them off the foot of the table. Their goals came from Sean Sellers, John Davis, Ben Bowditch and Ethan Matthews. Tomorrow, the Resis are at home to Howell with a 2:15 kick-off. Nothing went right for Up Lyme Firsts in their 2-1 defeat at Cheriton Fitzpaine last Saturday. They missed a penalty late in the game and also conceded a goal straight from a disputed corner. The Swallows, however, keep their 4th place in Division 4. Tomorrow they're away to Budleigh Salterton Seconds. Up Lyme Reserves ran out 5-2 victors in their cup game against Charmouth Reserves. Tomorrow they're at home to Barrington Reserves in the John Fowler Cup with a 2:30 p.m. kick-off. Charmouth First drew 3-3 with Donyat United in Perry Street Division 1 last weekend, and tomorrow they're away to South Petherton Reserves. Lyme Regis will be marking Remembrance this weekend with a short Armistice Day service starting commemorations at the War Memorial today at 10:45 a.m. On Saturday morning, wreath-laying services will be held at the HMS Formidable Grave in the town cemetery at 10 a.m. and then at the Polish War Memorial in Anning Road. The main event will be held on Sunday with the annual Remembrance Sunday procession heading through the main street at 10:15 a.m, along Church Street and to the War Memorial in Monmouth Street for a service to be finished with a 2-minute silence at 11 a.m. Refreshments will be served afterwards at Lyme Regis Football Club. A church service will be held at St Michael's at 11:15 and Lyme Bay Choral will hold a Remembrance Sunday concert in aid of the Royal British Legion in the parish church at 4 p.m. Other events this weekend include a talk by local documentary and television producer Eric Harwood at the Woodmead Halls at 11 a.m. this morning. Snazback will be offering a fusion of Latin and African rhythms at the Marine Theatre tonight, with doors opening at 7, and the Firelight Trio will be playing European folk at Wootton Fitzpaine Village Hall starting at 7:30 p.m. On Saturday, the Marine Theatre will host its monthly comedy club from 8 p.m. with headliner Josh Pugh, and the Nag's Head will host its weekly live music night from 9 p.m. A largely cloudy forecast today with more sunny intervals and a moderate breeze forecast throughout the rest of the weekend, while temperatures will remain relatively mild for the time of year with highs of 16 degrees. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. You can stay up to date with the latest news and events on our website throughout the week. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or sign up for our free weekly newsletter to ensure you never miss a thing. Have a great weekend.